The words hit me like a hammer. We sold it. A sports car, my birthday gift. Gone. For Esteban's sneakers. For their vacations. For their family needs. And I? Their family too? Or just the ghost they've fed crumbs? "Did you ever think of me?" I burst out. "Do I matter at all? Or is it always just him?" My father tried to stay calm. It was for the good of everyone. My mother lowered her gaze. Esteban sat frozen for once, without a joke, without a smirk. Grandpa's face darkened. I had never seen him like that. His voice cut through the silence. "You betrayed my trust. I gave that car for Alexander, for the grandson who works, who asks for nothing, who carries himself with dignity. And you stole it from him." They stammered excuses. "It was a mistake. We won't do it again." But Grandpa raised his hand. "Enough. Not another cent from me. From this day forward, you're on your own." He stood, pushed his chair back. "Alexander, let's go." We walked out. Behind us, their voices cracked. I didn't look back. In the car, the city lights blurred past. Grandpa finally spoke. "Alex, you need to know the truth. For years, I've been sending money meant for you, for your studies, for your future, for the things to help you move ahead. I trusted them to pass it on." He sighed. "They kept it, all of it. The car was not the first. They robbed you of opportunities I worked hard to give you." The words sank into me slowly. It wasn't just about the car. It was every scholarship I never had, every book I never bought, every chance I thought I lost by myself. All stolen by the people who should have lifted me up. I felt betrayal, but I also felt something else. Clarity. Finally, someone saw me. Grandpa placed his hand on my shoulder. "You won't stay here anymore. You're coming with me. In my country, you'll have opportunities. You'll build your own life. I'll help you start again." I didn't even hesitate. "Yes," I said. The word came out stronger than I expected. A week later, we were on a plane. For the first time in my life, I didn't look back at the airport. His house was something I had only seen in movies. Wide halls, gardens that smelled like freedom, and a garage, lined with sports cars, each one shining under perfect light. "Pick one," Grandpa said with a smile. "The one they sold is gone, but these are yours." My heart raced. I walked past sleek silver, glossy black, and then I saw it, bright red, glowing under the lights like a heartbeat. "That one." The keys jingled in my hand like victory bells. When I started the engine, the roar felt like it was echoing inside me. For the first time, I felt alive. With his help, I got a job. Not just any job, a real position in a serious company. Good pay, growth, respect. Every day I walked into that office like I belonged. And for once, I truly did. Grandpa looked at me with pride. "You're proving what I always knew," he said. I finally believed him. But the past doesn't stay quiet forever. Weeks later, my phone lit up, again and again. Missed calls, dozens of them. My parents? Esteban? Day after day they tried. I ignored every one. They had made their choice. They had sold me off years ago. I owed them nothing. But one night, curiosity broke me. I answered. "Alexander, is that you?" My mother's voice, shaky, unrecognizable. No trace of her usual authority. Now only desperation. "Please, don't hang up. We need to talk." I stayed silent. "We're in trouble," she whispered. "Your grandfather cut us off completely. We have no money, Alex. We're about to be evicted. We need your help. Your family." Family. That word again. How ridiculous it sounded in her mouth. "Family?" I laughed bitterly. "Where was family when you mocked me for working? When you sold my car for Esteban's toys? When you left me behind on vacations?" Her breath caught. Then my father's voice came on. "Don't be ungrateful. We did what we could for you. Everything we did was for the family." My blood boiled. "For me? What did you give me? Cheap cake that wasn't even yours? Insults every time I came home tired? Contempt while he got everything? That's what you gave me?" There was silence. Then Esteban's muffled voice in the background. Finally, my mother again. Softer now. "Alex, please, we're desperate. Esteban is looking for work, but it's hard. We have nothing. You're doing well now, right? Just help us a little. You're our son. You're our family." That word again. Family. "You know what?" I said. "If you need help, ask Esteban. He was the favorite, wasn't he? The golden boy. Let him save you now." And I hung up. For the first time in my life, my hands weren't shaking. My voice hadn't cracked. I had spoken my truth, and I felt free. Weeks passed. My phone stayed quiet. No more desperate calls, no more messages. Then Grandpa told me the news. "They've been evicted," he said calmly. "They lost the house. They're renting a small place now, barely surviving." I imagined it. The grand speeches gone, the pride stripped away, the self-proclaimed perfect family reduced to nothing. Esteban, who had never worked a day in his life, now forced to look for a job. My parents, who had always believed they were above everything, struggling just to pay bills. And me? I wasn't broken anymore. I wasn't invisible. I had a job, a future, and most of all, someone who believed in me. Still, part of me couldn't stop replaying it. All those years of mockery, every slammed door, every laugh at my expense. And now, silence. They had no power left, no money, no excuses. I thought of Esteban especially, the golden boy, the chosen one. What would he do now without the endless supply of handouts? What would he be stripped of all that favoritism? I almost pitied him. Almost. Life with Grandpa was different. He didn't treat me like a burden. He didn't compare me to anyone. He treated me like a man, like someone capable of more. Each day he reminded me of something I had nearly forgotten. "Alex, you are enough. Always were, always will be." I worked harder than ever, not because I was forced to, but because I wanted to. I wanted to prove him right. I wanted to prove myself right. And slowly I realized something powerful. For years, I had been waiting for my parents to see me, to recognize me, to love me. But I didn't need their approval anymore. I didn't need their validation. Their silence was no longer my cage. One night, sitting in Grandpa's living room, I asked him, "Why me? Why did you always believe in me when they didn't?" He smiled softly. "Because, Alexander, I saw myself in you. I was once the invisible one too. I know what it feels like to fight for every ounce of respect. And I knew if someone just gave you the chance, you'd soar." His words struck deep. For the first time, I felt like my story wasn't just pain. It was survival. It was strength. Meanwhile, the calls from my family stopped completely. It was as if they had finally realized I would never rescue them. That chapter of my life was closed. I pictured them in that small apartment, stripped of luxury, stripped of arrogance, living with the consequences of their choices. And I thought, this is justice. Not revenge, just balance. The scales of life finally leveled. I wasn't the forgotten son anymore. I wasn't the shadow in the corner. I was Alexander, and I was free.
Months passed. My life transformed. Every morning, I woke up in a room that felt like mine. Not borrowed, not conditional, mine. I drove to work in the red car I had chosen, engine roaring like a promise. Each turn of the wheel reminded me this was the life they tried to take from me. At the office, I wasn't invisible anymore. Colleagues respected me. Managers valued me. I was finally building something real. And Grandpa? He was always there, guiding me, supporting me, but most importantly, reminding me, you earned this, Alex. You fought for this. Then, one evening, as the sun set over the horizon, I caught myself smiling. Not a forced smile, not one to hide pain, a real one. I thought about the past, the cheap cakes, the mocking voices, the vacations without me, all the times they made me feel small. And I realized something simple. They had taken so much from me, but they never truly broke me. Because here I was, stronger than ever. I never called them back. I never went to see them. Not out of hate, not out of revenge, but because some doors are better left closed. They had chosen their path, and I had chosen mine. For the first time in my life, I wasn't chasing love that would never come. I wasn't begging for scraps of attention. I wasn't living in the shadow of Esteban. I was living in the light of my own future. And as I stood in Grandpa's driveway, the red car humming softly beside me, I whispered to myself, I'm free. Free from their control, free from their contempt, free to be who I was always meant to be. Not the forgotten son, not the invisible one, but Alexander, the man who survived, who endured, who rose. And this time, nothing and no one could take that away from me.